Hello, leaders. Thank you so much for all of your leadership this year. I just wanted to do a final video to you to thank you so much for all that you've done. Wow, what an interesting season it has been. My goodness, you guys have led people into things that you didn't even know what to lead them into. It's just been a crazy time. I just want to say thank you for your leadership. Thank you for leading and seeking God for guidance and then following through with what He's instructed you to do. You guys have been amazing. You come up with such creative ways to keep people accountable and to help them to learn to disciple others, and just so many things that you've done so well. I know you've learned new technology. You've just learned so much and done so much. So thank you. Thank you for stepping out and doing hard things. And I know that you did not grow weary in doing good, but that you just stayed the course. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for all that you've done for others. I want to give you some reminders for the end of the season. Most of you are finishing up. Maybe you're almost finished planning your commissionings. I just want to encourage you to make an end to this. I know that your commissioning maybe look different than you thought it would, but try to create whatever's best for you and your group, but that people know that they've come to the end of their season and that they have done a great job. You want to recognize for what they've done. One of the great ways that you can also end your season is to remember to do those exit interviews. So whether you do that as the leader or you have your mentors do that, you really need to have that be a final part of your discipleship process. Please don't skip over that. Two things that happen at the exit interview. One is the leaders are affirmed that they did a good job, that there was growth that happened, that they did not lead in vain. And sometimes I think there's things that come out in those interviews at the end. People will say that happened to them that the leaders had no idea was going on. It's kind of like we get to see the unseen, those seeds that were planted, the fruit of those seeds. So it's great for the leader, but it's also really good for the disciple because they get to process out loud what God has done in their lives. And so do that process, whether even if it has to be over Zoom or over the phone, do that. But the exit interview is very, very important, and it's a really good way to complete the season of discipleship for the disciples and for the leaders. Also, the last two lessons, if you haven't done those, some reminders of that. Week 33 is Do I Measure Up? And so again, just the affirmation that it may not look exactly like they think it was going to look. It may not look the same as it does the person that they were walking with in their group, but God is doing a work, both things that they can see and things that they cannot see. So they need to know that that even though it may not look exactly like they think, they have to trust God that He's doing a work and will continue to do a work. Then lesson 34, again, is a great ending lesson because it's going to help send them off. And I really want to encourage you to help them have a plan. And so that's a good thing to do at the end, is to ask them, what are you going to do next? What is God commissioning you into? He's growing you. He's stretching you. How will you now disciple others? So they need to have a plan of what they're going to do, help them talk that out, help them get connected into what's going to happen next for them. Also, you want to start really implementing those next year leaders. Some of the women that have gone through will be mentors next year. And if they're starting to think about it, this is a good time to walk them into that faith walk. Nobody feels qualified. And so they will need your encouragement to be next year mentors, but they also need to make a commitment at the end of this season. They're just fresh and seeing the transformation that God's done in them. And so they're anxious to help someone else walk through that transformation, so that you want a commitment now for that. You want to know who your mentors are going to be. Then you can spend from now until your season starts in the fall training them, talking to them, encouraging them through this time. Be looking for, we're going to put some videos on and some Zoom meeting invites to help mentor training and help leaders get prepared for the fall. And so those are in the works, so be looking for those, but get commitments from those who are going to lead next year so you can start training them and teaching in the next several months. Just be encouraged. You have done a great job. know that when it ends this way, sometimes it's hard to see everything. Like maybe it was before, it was easier because we were able to all be together and have a big final couple of weeks and a big final commissioning. But be sure that you know that you've done an amazing job. So be encouraged in that. Also, the commissioning service is a good promo for those wanting to start discipleship in your next session. And so if you miss that piece, find creative ways to promote. Now everybody's doing little home videos, so you can be sending those out to people. Have your gals just on their phone or on their iPads develop little videos talking about how good the season was, and then share those with people. Also, you can send applications out via email. Any of those questions that you have that you don't know how to do it, ask me. You want to get the promo out there this summer so that you have a group that's ready to start in the fall. So God's got all of this, and we're going to do it maybe a little differently than we would have done it last year, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it well, and He's our source. He's going to help us to do this. So let me know if I can help you out anyway. And again, thank you so much for a great season of Valor Discipleship.